Howdy champs, my name is Mohit and people, today I'm going to show you an image gallery that was created purely through CSS. But what's absolutely awesome about it is, first of all, you may not have seen too many pure CSS image galleries, have you? And then the bonus is, just in case the CSS features are not supported by the browser, there is a JavaScript fallback, and so if the CSS3 version gallery doesn't fire, 100% the Jquery version will. So this what is in front of you right now is the Chrome preview. I think I'm using the latest version of Chrome, and all these CSS features are actually supported out here. So we have a subtle box shadow, we have the RGBA label out here, you know, where I have used 50% opacity, or you can say 50% transparency, and the animation property ensures that the 4 pictures are actually changing from time to time over 16 seconds. So one picture actually displays itself over 4 seconds, fades out, then the next one fades in. So it's a fade in gallery using the animation property. Now, since the animation property is not supported in IE 8 and 7 and even 9, we have a Jquery fallback out there. In fact, let me bring up IE 9. This is IE 9, people. Now, through a detection process which is happening through Modernizer, we will go through what Modernizer is in a minute. Modernizer detects that IE 9, 8 or 7 are not capable of handling CSS animations, in which case it falls back to JavaScript. And I have a file, slider.js. it uses that up. It gobbles up the code and processes the code and presents to us a Jquery image gallery rather than the CSS3 image gallery that you saw in the case of Google Chrome. But here in IE, this is IE 9, people, this is not the same gallery. It is not as smooth. If you notice very carefully, it is not as smooth. The one that was with CSS was a lot smoother, right? So in IE 9, this is IE 9, and let me just change the browser mode. If you press F12, people, you can then change the browser mode. You'll get another smaller window that allows you to change the browser mode. Now, notice that once I've changed the browser mode, since 8 does not support box shadow, I have a fallback to a border, a 3px of gray border. And notice how very cleverly the label has fallen outside the image. Since RGB is not supported, so it will actually obscure the image. I made sure that the label falls outside the image, tucks itself in the bottom right corner, but outside the bottom right, right corner, does not obscure the image at all, because the opacity won't work. The RGBA color model doesn't work out here. So I made sure that the label falls out, and what you see is actually a JS fallback, right? See, this tutorial is going to run into 2 or 3 parts. I'm not so sure right now. In the first part, I'm going to only confine myself to the browser preview, and I'm going to just talk you through a little bit, just give you a little gist of how things actually happen. But the actual working, the actual modus operandi, the actual hand-written code will come only in the second and the third part, if need be, right? So let's just quickly browse through the HTML of the document. The script tags link us to the latest Jquery file, jquery.js. I had manually downloaded and saved it in the local folder. Let me bring up the local folder. This is the local site folder, people. This is the images folder which has the 4 images. This is the latest jQuery library. This is the modernizer HTML5 CSS3 detection JS library. That's what it is. This is the CSS for a document. This is slider.js. We're going to talk about the other assets soon. Right. So we are linking up to the latest jQuery version here. We are linking up with Modernizer. Now let's talk a little bit about Modernizer. It's a feature detection tool, people. It's a JavaScript library that detects HTML5 and CSS3 features in the user browsers. Right. So we are linking up to Modernizer. We are linking up to some styles for the document, and we are linking up to some styles for the slider. Again, I'll take you through in detail only in the next and the next to next part, if need be. Right. Yepnone is a small test that comes with Modernizer. It checks if CSS animations is actually supported. If yes, then we only use the CSS file, slider CSS here. If nope or no, then we fall back to slider.js, which is this file. Now this file defines how the fade transition should actually work, and the gallery should actually work. So either the CSS gallery will work, CSS3 gallery will work, or the JS fallback will work, depending on what Modernizer thinks. If Modernizer thinks that yes, CSS3 features are supported, then it'll ensure, or if CSS animation are supported in that browser, then yes, we will use the CSS or else we'll use the JS fallback. Again, let me say that again. All the details, all the hand coding will come in the next and the next to next part. Let's see. The body of the document is pretty simple, people. We have a UL list with 4 li items that encapsulate 4 images, also encapsulate h2 elements, which act as the labels, people. Okay. The styles.css file I'm going to talk you through only in the next part or the next to next part if need be. Right. So people, this is where I'm going to wind up, at least for today. Right. Over the next few days I'll be preparing the next few parts, or the next part. Let's see. Let's see whether it's just one more part or more than one part that I need to prepare. But this gallery, this image gallery or image slideshow or fade in image gallery is absolutely complete because it works in each and every browser, people. So if the CSS3 version doesn't work, you can be absolutely sure the JS version will. And that's why Modernizer is an indispensable tool. Right. So let's see very soon why is it so indispensable. People, you have a good day. Let me know how you found the preview at least. Bye bye. Peace.